Let's talk about Kanye West. What on earth is going on with Kanye West right now? I can't even read half of the stuff he's posted. I mean, we know. Here's the thing about Kanye West. He's got like BPD for sure, right? Like he has these manic phases, and like now he's out here saying, I channeled Andrew Tate a few of these tweets. He wants to free Puff.
Yep.
Which is a lot of the stuff that Ye says. I like let it kind of ride because he's kind of a goofball. But like, I can't get behind freeing Ye based on the stuff. Now, okay, maybe everything that's said about him is a lie. Maybe.
Well, there was news reports a couple of weeks ago highlighting how allegedly Ye was kind of freaked out with what happened to Diddy, and that's why he was hanging out and hiding away in Europe throughout all this time. Now, if you remember, I just sent you a clip. You probably can't play it here because he did curse, but Kanye West a couple of years ago called Meek Mills and P. Diddy someone that, quote, took the deal and called them an effing Fed, right?
Yeah.
And then specifically brought up this larger kind of lore of this trafficking operation and what was going on here. But there are a lot of reports coming out saying that, yes, he was kind of close to Diddy. They were partying together. They were hanging out together. If you look at a lot of the kind of more deviant rumors about Ye, they are very perverse, and he does have a kind of this bipolar relationship with religion and with adultery and online adult content, where there are reports of him literally just playing adult content for people, playing it on his screens, playing it in the most inappropriate ways during business meetings, just coming out and playing it for everybody. And then there's his wife coming out with what looked like a larger humiliation ritual at this award ceremony where she just totally stripped down into the nude. There was children there that were kind of looking on, which is absolutely just totally inappropriate. As he previously talked about the dangers of online adult content, he previously talked about how he was Christ-filled, but this is not Christ-like behavior. And I think what we're seeing is this kind of larger bipolar trajectory of him showing the good and bad in the most kind of extreme ways.
Well, before I get to Gothix too, I'll say I don't need anything that has been said about Puff to be proven. I've seen the tape of what he did to that woman in that hotel lobby. Like, I don't need to know anything more about that guy to know that he's not a good person. I would also suspect that if like 100 people went on record and said you took them against their will, probably some of them are true. Like, I just because Bill Cosby's not in jail right now doesn't mean I don't believe he did everything that he was accused of. The only reason he's not in jail is because some corrupt DA gave him the Jell-O pudding pop pass, and now they had to. I mean, Bill Cosby absolutely, in my opinion, did all of the things he was accused of, and I fully believe that Puff Daddy and I believe that Kanye West was involved in this stuff too, because I believe that they're all demonic. With the Balenciaga demonic stuff, demonic imagery. I mean, what do you see going on here? I'm kind of teeing you up perfectly here, Gothix.
Honestly, I go back and forth with thinking that perhaps something psychologically is off because of like all of the sedation that Kanye supposedly went through, and then I'm also leaning on the side of like, okay, maybe he has walked away from Christ. You can make the argument that he was never a believer to begin with. If you're going to literally parade your woman around naked to the world.
I don't believe he ever was.
That's kind of bizarre to me. I don't understand how anyone sensible could do what he's doing unless he's working for someone. Like, Luke keeps talking about like the satanic group within Hollywood. I mean, I believe it. You got some crazy people in the world, and maybe, I don't know, he's just doing what his leaders want him to do. I don't know.
I have a link here from the conversation I had with him that was very interesting. I don't know if you could pull it up. It's on Instagram. It's when he was on the Beanie Man, and I specifically made sure to talk about it. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah. So you got to play it from the beginning. And you got.
By the way, you can follow the Quartering News or Luke We Are Change or our Gothix on you on Instagram. Yeah, of course you are.
I am.
Yeah, is it Gothix? One word?
Gothix TV.
Gothix TV.
There was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on
music.
PSYOPs
Who is
in
this
the
guy?
Canadian military. This is Harley.
Oh wait, did it not? How do I start it from beginning? Or is that what you wanted?
No. He goes up, and I mean, he said the main part. I think you're supposed to. It's a weird link. I apologize. I thought it was the full link just to that. So
Yeah, I don't know how I like.
yeah,
Wait,
it's weird. I think you got to click off of it.
Okay,
Sorry,
watch
I
the full
apologize.
reel.
But he said the main part. His main part that he kind of talked about was essentially how he was, taught with someone who was an MK Ultra.
Is it that Pasternak guy?
Yes, that's exactly that I brought up here.
That
That's
I
the conversation.
believe.
Yeah.
Because he had those texts where it was like, I'll send you back, I'll take your kids away. Like, and this is also, by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the same guy also worked with Elliot Page.
Yes, and he worked with a lot of celebrities. Specifically, also, there's a lot of correlations with what happened to Britney. I have the full link. I didn't know I was sending you my timeline. I didn't try to send you my timeline, so I apologize for that. There's another meme video in there that's probably inappropriate there at Luke We Are Change. But this is the full video that should be just independent by itself.
Yeah, I remember you and Ye were like vibing because you were both on that.
We literally were hanging out for 4 hours beforehand talking about seed oils and the larger eugenics operation and soft kill weapons and the larger kind of demonic takeover of everything. So yeah, we were like very nice to each other, and then we ended the night with like almost a fist fight. So
Yeah.
MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on PSYOPs
Who is this
in the
guy?
Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were
That's
embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
They would have Michael Jackson.
Oh, you had that's when he was working with him.
Yep.
I was like, Milo's
much
into it.
worse, yeah. But so look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
We found
That's also true.
Yep.
Like, there's not a lot going on with Britney Spears. Like, she's just like this weird shell of a person. Like, even with her dancing videos, they look like kind of uninspired. Like, she's not popping and locking. She's just like kind of doing whatever. Now, I do think that Kanye West was involved with bad things with Diddy. I also think when Kanye West gets in these like manic states, he literally says the craziest stuff he can possibly think of. It's almost like Tourette's.
So do you think that he's also dealing with the same outcome as Britney? Maybe not to the same degree, but
I think he was worried. I mean, if you look at the parallels between him and Britney, it's startling. Like, they took away his money, they took away her money. They put him on drugs, they put her on drugs. They unpersoned her, they unpersoned him. Now, Britney was never out here saying the Jews this, the Jews that. Like, Kanye
But that
West,
was after that was after they institutionalized. And
broke
another
his
important
brain.
aspect here.
Yeah.
And this is what I connected the dots on, specifically with Dave Chappelle. If you remember when Dave
They did
Chappelle
to
went on
Chappelle,
Oprah, he specifically described a situation where he was saying, I was in negotiation battles with Comedy Central. They were trying to do these humiliation rituals. They were trying to get me in a skirt. And then I said no, and I didn't want to do a lot of these tropes that they were forcing me to do. And then they tried to make it that I was crazy. They tried to institutionalize me. And then he had to run away to Africa to get away from these people. He didn't even notify his wife. His wife wasn't even told as he fled to Africa, clearly, because there was larger kind of powerful people out there, the Weinsteins, the Epsteins, the larger kind of people, even the Wexlers behind them, that were saying, yeah, we're just going to put you in the loony bin, drug you up, and then we'll fully control you after that. And then you'll be our MK Ultra puppet.
Yeah, the Wexlers you may remember from Jeffrey as well, too, I believe, right?
Yes, Les Wexner.
Les Wexner, yeah. So like Gothix, welcome to the deep end. On the day with Luke. But I assure you everything he's saying is backed up by like
I
if you
believe
go down
it.
the rabbit hole. Yeah, so I mean I believe that Kanye West's mind is broken. I don't know if I can't prove that it was MK Ultra or any of this other stuff, but he was brought to heel some way or another. We have the text messages from that Pasternak guy saying, "You never see your kids again if you don't do what we say. You'll never like. I can make this happen." Like this guy's supposed to be what, a physical trainer? I mean, like he had all this power over him. He did the same thing. I believe he transed Elliot Page too. I believe that he was that what was her name before? Ellen Page?
Yeah.
He was connected to her too. Suddenly she's trans and happier than ever. You look in those eyes, that person has no soul left.
There's nothing there.
Nope.
There's nothing there. And she was connected to Pasternak as well. All of these people connected. So I don't know. I think Kanye West's mind is broken. I don't think he'll ever make music again. I think the stuff he does to his woman is bizarre. I don't know if she's in on it too. Like, what do you make of Bianca? Like, she's also crazy.
I didn't even know that was her name.
I think her name's Bianca Sensori. I think.
Yes.
You can see her body language. She wasn't like, she had like some weird bodysuit on that you couldn't really tell she was wearing. But like, she did not look comfortable. She looked completely ashamed. She was trying to cover herself up. She did not want to be doing what Kanye West was making her do. He's tweeting stuff like Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people. Now I know there's gonna be a rain of based coming from the chat, but like you don't say that. That's like self-harm saying that publicly. Like he's gonna get debanked again. And I don't know. I just, this is, he started with, I want to apologize to Kamala Harris's kids. And then like a week later, it's like the programming went off again.
It's like they got the Mockingbird kind of code word that triggered him again to self-destruct mode. And, when you do see a lot of these kind of, celebrities, they do have larger tendencies to self-destruct. And I think that's mainly the larger kind of nature that is kind of all around them, with these predatory individuals, with these horrible people inside of the industry that prey off of them, that use them, that abuse them. And there is, a large sense, this kind of ritualistic abuse that does happen to a lot of these people, that sadly they have to do a lot of really horrible, disgusting things in order to get to the larger positions of fame that they're in. They have to get certain levels of compromise on them in order to be put in those kind of A-list status celebrity lists. And, sadly, when you're looking at a lot of these individuals, you're like, okay, they probably had to sleep with him. They had to probably do this. There's probably videos of them doing this, and there's probably a lot of extortion tapes. And it's the same kind of trope we saw with the kind of Kamala Harris celebrity endorsement list. A lot of them were just connected to P. Diddy for some strange reason. Cat Williams. Did you see what Cat Williams said a couple of days ago? I made sure to do like a full entire video about this, but he specifically described how Weinstein came to him and knew exactly what he really wanted. They knew exactly what his weak spots were. They knew exactly what he was always kind of thinking about and always wanted to attain in life. And then they were offering him female celebrities like playing cards, saying, we'll give you her, but you got to do this for us.